Welcome student to this new online education session. Today we are going to study chapter 1 Matter in our surrounding. As we look around, we see a large variety of things with different shapes, sizes and textures. Everything in our surrounding is made up of material and scientists name it as matter. For example, the food we eat, stones, clouds, stars, plants, animals, the air we breathe, water, etc. Everything is matter. Then what will be the definition of matter? Anything which occupies space, that is have volume and have mass, is called as matter. In ancient time, our Indian philosophers classified matter in 5 basic elements, that is air, earth, fire, sky and water. They called it as Pancha Tattva. They believed that all living or non-living was made up of these 5 basic elements. Now, modern day scientists simplify the ancient classification of matter and categorize matter based on their physical and chemical properties. Now, we will going to see physical nature of matter, means how the matter looks like, how small they are. We will going to discover the answer of this question. For a long time, there are two thoughts regarding the nature of matter. Some people believed that matter to be continuous, like these wooden blocks, and some people thought that matter was made up of particles like sand. Now, to clarify whether the nature of matter is continuous or particulate, let's do an experiment. Take a glass of water, fill it half with the water and mark the level of the water. Add some salt with the help of spoon and mix it. Did you observe any changes in the level of water? Where does the salt disappear? The salt completely dissolved into the water because the water and the salt are particle in nature. The salt particles get into the spaces between particles of water. Now that's why the level of the water does not change. From this experiment, it is clear that matter is made up of particles. Now we wanted to know how small these particles are. Let's take 2-3 balls of potassium permanganate and dissolve it in 100 ml of water. Now take out approximately 10 ml of solution and pour it into the another 100 ml of fresh water. Again take out 10 ml of solution and pour it in another 100 ml of fresh water. Repeat this process 5 to 8 times until the color of the solution becomes light. So from this experiment, we can say that a few balls of potassium permanganate can color a large volume of water. So we conclude that there must be millions of tiny particles in just one ball of potassium permanganate, which keeps on dividing themselves into smaller and smaller particles. Therefore, the particles of matter are very, very small beyond our imagination. Now, after knowing physical nature of matter, we are interested to know the characteristic of the particles, means the behavior of particles. Now, again we will take our salt and water experiment in which salt completely dissolved in water because the particles of water and salt have spaces between them. The particles of salt sit between the particles of water. That means particles of water as well as salt have spaces between them. That's why they dissolve completely. Same in the experiment of potassium permanganate that dissolved in water, because the particles of potassium permanganate and water have spaces between them. Therefore, we concluded that particles of matter have space between them. Now, let's do some observation. We will only going to observe. We all have incense stick in our home. If incense stick is kept at any corner of the room, we will get smell of it if we are roaming in that room. Why we get the smell? Because the movement of the particle of matter, in our case the incense stick, is continuous. And that's why we get the smell. Similarly, if we drop a ink in the glass of water, the ink evenly mixed up in the water. Why? Because the particles of ink are moving continuously. Therefore, we concluded that particles of matter are continuously moving. Now think, why we get smell of hot food faster than the cold food, or we get smell of burning incense stick from a few distance? Because when temperature increases, the kinetic energy of the particle of matter also increases, due to which they start moving faster, and that's why we getting those smell. In fact, if you add something in hot water, then it will dissolve faster as compared to the cold water. For example, this potassium permanganate. It dissolves in hot water, and how it is dissolved in cold water. So particles have kinetic energy, so they continuously moving. But particles move faster when temperature rises, as kinetic energy of particles also increases. Now there is an experiment of copper sulfate and water. If you add copper sulfate in water and left it, it start diffusing in the water, and after some time you will see that the color of the water changes. This means the intermixing of the particles of two different types of matter on their own is called the diffusion. The mixing of this copper sulfate with water is called the diffusion process. That is, the intermixing of two particles of two different types of matter on their own is called diffusion. And as temperature rises, diffusion becomes faster. Now the third characteristic of particle is they attract each other. More precisely, we can say that they have force of attraction between them. For example, in case of these iron nails, the attraction between the particles are more as compared to the piece of chalk and rubber band. That's why we need hammer to break the iron nail. The chalk piece easily get break because it have less force of attraction between them. So particles of matter have forces acting between them. This force keeps the particles together, and the strength of this force of attraction varies from one kind of matter to another kind. Now we will going to learn the states of matter. There are three states of matter: solid, liquid, gaseous state. Let's see the properties of these three states of matter. First, solid state. Solid have a definite shape. For example, the wooden blocks, the pin, sponge, the rubber band. They have distinct boundaries and fixed volume. Distinct boundaries means fixed boundaries, fixed shape and fixed volume. They have negligible compressibility, means you cannot easily compress the solid. Okay, it is negligible in compressibility. Solids have tendency to maintain their shape. Why? Because obviously they have definite shape, distinct boundaries, fixed volumes, they are negligible in compressibility, so they have tendency to maintain their shape when subjected to outside force. Solids are rigid because they are breakable under the force but didn't change their shape. If you apply the force, if you compress it, then it will break, but it will not change their definite shape, distinct boundaries. They will not change their shape. Okay. Now liquid state. Liquids have no fixed shape. Means they didn't have any distinct boundaries but have a fixed volume. They take up the shape of any container in which they are kept. Liquids flow and change their shape, so they are called as fluid. The rate of diffusion of liquid is higher than that of solid. Means the diffusion rate of liquid is much more than of the solid. Gaseous state. Gases have definite mass but not volume or shape. Means they have fixed mass but they didn't have fixed volume or fixed shape. Gases are highly compressible as compared to solid and liquid. In gaseous state, particles move randomly at high speed and the rate of diffusion of particles are much higher than solid and liquid. Okay, means the diffusion rate of particles are much higher than solid and liquid. So up to this, we get to know the properties of matter, how they looks like, how small they are, what are their behaviors, and the three states of matter, solid, liquid and gas. So that's for in this lecture. Thank you.